Yes, good afternoon. Welcome to the West Ham Network Bus. Hope you are safe and well. Oh, sorry, a bit of an apology, a bit of a last minute dash to do the old match day, well, late lunch, or early afternoon now. Obviously, we play Arsenal, 7:30 kickoff. Anton will be doing the watch along, all that type of stuff. We'll have the predicted 11s coming up about 5 o'clock. But we're here, we are here, and getting ready for the game outside the stadium. A break from the rain, a little break in the rain. I've decided to jump on before it pissed down too much. All dressed up for the return of number 41. Having just come back from work, on the way back from work. Let's have a look. We've got Gatesy, good morning, good afternoon to you. Mandy, nice shirt. Well, you've got to dress up when, the former captain, when the man who lifted the first European trophy the last 50 years returns to London Stadium for the first time. Steve, another happy as ever, another defeat incoming. Let's see what happens, mate. Let's see what happens. The sun at the moment isn't shining, but it's blue skies-ish. It's going to piss down again later on, isn't it? But hopefully I'll be able to get in there just before the next deluge. I will forever love your Conference League celebration in the intro. Me too, son. Me too. Genuine, no, as a genuine, you know me, genuine reaction. Always loved playing it, that intro, just because I just remember I've never experienced, I have, but things like that you don't experience very often in your life, particularly winning something. We've never won something in my life. We've won playoffs and we've got to finals and that type of thing. But if we win tonight, we get through to another quarter final, if you win tonight. And who knows? It's these type of games that sometimes just throw, yes, Steve, they could be another defeat, but equally, they could be a draw or they could be a victory. Obviously, a draw goes straight to penalties. So we're either going to do one or the other, aren't we? One or the other. Good afternoon, GP. How confident are you tonight? The scale of 1 to 10. 4. No, 5. Let's go 5. The reason why I'm not totally despondent today is because that's just me in general as a person. But also, when you think about it, Moisey needs a result today. So I know that I've read some opinions on social media. Let's just play the kids, get knocked out, crack on for the Brentford game. That's not. Moisey's done that once already this season at Olympiacos, where he put out a scratch side. So I think we'll be going very strong. I think the facts with Paqueta and Alvarez both not being able to play on Saturday, that to me means that there's no harm, but there's no reason why you wouldn't play them. And so I think I think we have a strong side out. Oh, then the Qataris in the car park. Well, that's the latest rumor, isn't it? When Vanessa Gold announced the selling of, in essence, 10% of the club, taking the Gold family holdings down from 25.9 down to 15 or something like that. In my mind, and the way it was done, like publicly through the website and all the various press, in the national press and things like that, Sky News. For me, that to me means that they're not going to be brought up by Sullivan, Gudzinski, or Tripp Smith, because that would have been done beforehand, probably even behind closed doors, and they wouldn't have made a big announcement. So that to me is almost liquor flashing. Look at us, we're putting these things up for sale. So for me, that's what it was. It was a deliberate ploy to get external investors into the club, and the Qatarians are, if you read in the back of the Independent today, one of the groups of investors, they are looking to get in, and it could be a step in the door for a future takeover further down the line. You never know, but they will be obviously a very, very small minority partner. They'd be the 4th highest, because the status quo remains in terms of Sullivan, Gudzinski. You get Gold at 15%, then the Gold family, and they could even, after selling 10%, it could easily go to 15, and so I think it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. But I haven't seen it in the car park. My team tonight: Fabianski, Sufa, Emerson again, Maverick, Panos, So we're okay. Yeah, Alvarez, JWP, Caduce, Mbama, maybe, or try and get him to sign that deal. Paqueta and Bowen. That's almost the side I'm suggesting later. But you have to watch out. You have to keep an eye. It looks like I'm superimposed, isn't it? I am actually here. I am actually here, by the way. It looks like it. It does look like I've been like really bad CGI, but it's actually real, not CGI. We're at home. Let's go 6. There we go. Shake sniffing around for some shares from Westcote. As I said, Gatesy, the information I've been given, but when I've been talking to certain parties, they've alluded to the fact that, and it was my sort of thought process as well, is by going via the website and going for the official channels, so you're putting some of the club up for sale. It would have already been offered to the current investors. They would have had a period, I'd imagine, where they could have wanted. And we know that when Danny Kudrinski came into the club, himself, Sullivan and Gold put together a package. So if any of them wanted to sell shares to each other, there was a certain price. And by all accounts, by what I've been led to believe, they have been offered to the existing investors, and whether it was turned down or whether it was decided to bring in internal investors, I don't know. At the end of the day, it's Gold's shares; they can do what they want. But I imagine there would have been some discussion, maybe with Sullivan, because obviously the Gold and Sullivan family are very well connected. And Danny Kudrinski obviously is still an interested party, would want to know who's going to come in. So it could be the first step in the door for a Qatarian-backed organisation or an American-backed organisation. We've got Trip Smith already involved, so it's going to be I think it's going to be fascinating to see who comes in. But someone will do. Oh, it's jumped. Watching from Morocco, feeling like shit. Oh, we got the shits. We got the shits. Is that what it was? Will we get more booze for Boys or Rice? Apparently, we've only won one of the last 16. Oh, well. We knocked Man City out of the cup, didn't we? And they'd lost in the Carabao Cup for 5 years. Anything's possible, West Ham. Anything's possible. We could lose 6-0 and win. Not maybe not win 6-0, but we could lose or win. It's a flip of a coin, isn't it, really? I think it's interesting to see. I mean, Arsenal got a lot of players out. Moyes, in his press conference that I covered yesterday afternoon, said there was 1 or 2 who had knocks, which they're nursing, but we're going to say who they were. My assumption is Antonio and Zuma, because they always get knocks. But they were likely to not play anyway today. And I think that the whole Paqueta Alvarez situation has helped this tie in terms of the side you put out. Because, for me, if I was Moisey, I would be saying, look, you guys are suspended for next game. Go and win it for us. Go and win it today. You've got a week off. Go and win it. Leave it on the pitch. But we'll see. Have to go strong tonight. Hostile atmosphere, take it to them. Going to be a sellout, almost a virtually sellout crowd, which is fantastic. I mean, it is Arsenal, but it is midweek. It's going to piss down. And I think the club have actually done well in terms of pricing it. Maybe they should adopt a similar situation when it comes to the European ties. Because you could get a capacity crowd here full of kids. Their first game, they want a hot dog, they want a program, they want a shirt, they want a scarf, and that's how you get the next generation fans coming through. Get yourself checked out. You never know in them countries. Indeed, everyone's talking about it. Flu. Heard some news. Marshall might be going to run out. I very much doubt it. Maybe on the bench, I'd imagine. But if the situation of Define and Bar to go by it, maybe. It's what we've said. People have asked my opinion on that, and for me, it's a clever ploy by the agent. I mean, people forget Bowen's turned down about 3 or 4 contract extensions, and then randomly signs a 7-year deal. So these are negotiations. They're not one and done, leave it. So it's negotiation period. And they've said if he does sign new, he'll go be sent out on loan in January. So for me, that's guaranteed game time. If he doesn't sign, then he'll be doing what he's doing now. It's up to him. If he wants to suffer for 6 months, or actually go and do something. If Declan Rice scores, should West Ham stand for applaud? No. Why should they? He's an opposition. He's an opposition player. That's the way he's an opposition player. And the same way we welcome back Carlos Tevez. Rio Ferdinand. Well, we did welcome him back. So we don't welcome back the likes of Lampard, Paul Ince, people like that. He'll get welcome back. He'll get a clap, same as any other player who comes back, I think. And then that's it. That should be it. Times won't come in after us to be all nothing. You're right, usual suspects. I mean, that was the issue with the Man United bid, wasn't it? In that they were never going to go with the Qatarian bid, in my eyes, because they wanted full control. They wanted the what's name's out, the owners out. Whereas Jim Ratcliffe's bid, so Jim, was to include them. I think they said a 25%. So some bloke walking on a trolley with two massive gas canisters doesn't look too dodgy. So whereas Jim Ratcliffe's bid for Man United included, I think there was only 25%, still 20% of the club. So they had still the value of it and still money in the pocket, still made of it. If there was any chance tonight, if there was a chance we won tonight, where would we go? I don't understand, Jake. Don't understand, my man. But obviously, we're going to the quarterfinals. Don't we, for tonight? We'll soon check with baptism. I think so. In all honesty. But then there is, despite the Olympiacos Everton fiasco, there is a balancing act needed, I think, for Moyes in terms of the rest of the side. In that we know that Paqueta and Alvarez won't be playing on Saturday rather. So someone like Souček will play, and probably and Kudus would play as a 10, I'd imagine. So he'll be. So whether he doesn't, I don't know whether he puts in Souček or not tonight. Basically. I don't know. But we shall wait and see. I'm going to move because I'm going to get locked in. So I'm going to go this side. So I'm going to get locked in. Just shutting the gates. And I know, typically me, I'll get locked in and I'll go all the way around. I'm like, fuck, I'm doing that. We should prioritise cup competitions. Where else are we going to win? You're totally right, my friend. You're totally right. As I said, it's the easiest cup. The easiest way to get to Europe is to win the Carabao Cup. Particularly if you're in Europe the previous year. If you're in that year, because obviously we missed out a round. Win tonight. If you win tonight in the quarterfinals, so many clubs are playing each other as well. So many Premier League sides are playing each other. So it really is a lot easier to get back into Europe. And as I said, the Carabao Cup, I don't know why some sides don't prioritise it more, because they could be, if you had a really good Carabao Cup, you could win it. That's in February. You're done and dusted. In terms, not done and dusted, but there's no pressure on you to, you're already in Europe. So it's about maintaining your league position then. And you've already got sort of Europe in the bag. If Rice scored, do you think so? No. I think he will. He'll do one of those, those type of celebrations. I think Kudus needs to keep starting, which probably means Souček out. Not necessarily. Feeling, well, he might rest JWP tonight. He's going to be quite a pivotal, important role on. So he didn't shut all the gates. I went to sit down. He ain't shut all the gates. On Saturday, particularly with Alvarez out. Same as Souček. So it's going to be interesting to see the side. Personally, I don't think Ben Rama gets any game time tonight, or doesn't start tonight, because he'll be likely to start against Brentford, I think, on the left-hand side. That's my prediction for Saturday, really. Rice is a legend. I think bad about him moving on. The word legend gets bandied around. We've spoken about this for a long time. I think he'll always be in West Ham folklore history, one of 3 captains to lift trophies for West Ham. The first captain in 50 years to lift the European trophy for West Ham. He is a cult hero. He'll be going to folklore history. Legend. I think then you start talking about the likes of Bobby Moore and Billy Bonds. Granted, he could be in that, but I think the modern day term of a legend is different now. I don't think he played enough games at West Ham to be a legend personally. No problem celebrating as long as he doesn't do an alibi. Oh, sorry. I know. It's like I was like, they started shutting the gates, and I was like, I don't remember them ever shut the gates. But I got a bit para, so I thought I better go. Rice is not a legend, he's an icon. That's what I say, Michael. He's an icon. I think I put down a four-point plan about what constitutes a legend. And Rice had 3 out of the 4, I think. I think he didn't have enough games for West Ham. That was it. The others were like 100 of the year. Because that to me shows you're a fan favourite already. Won trophies for West Ham. Had the fan base adoration, which he has, or he had. And I think it's over 300 games for West Ham. So there we go. So because like someone like Mikel Antonio, he'd have qualified for all of them apart from having the majority of the fan base on his side. So for me, Mikel Antonio is not a legend. Neither was Declan Rice. They're both icons. What's your opinion on Paqueta playing on the wing? The thing is, he doesn't really play on the wing, does he? He sort of moves off, and I think the trouble is, he looks a lot more balanced when Said Benrahma was on the left-hand side. Yes, on the Everton game, far more balanced. And I know it's a way to try and shoehorn everyone in, but it just seems a bit. It doesn't work. And I think it looks a bit strange, yes, on the Everton game when we had someone like Kudus playing that sort of 10 role, and which was successful, and it's really, really good. But where Paqueta plays on the left-hand side, and it just seemed a bit mismatched. Do you know what I mean? Completely indifferent with Rice. But I'll cheer. He scores no goal. We could have scored like. Do you remember? I don't know if anyone old enough in there. Richard Shaw against Coventry City, their first Coventry City against us, scored an absolute belter, probably one of the best own goals I've ever seen. Bullet diving header. If anyone remembers that, give us a shout. Because I remember that like it was yesterday. Hilarious. What's been happening with Moyes in the press conference? I hope he's not trying to replicate what he tried to do with expansive football. I say stick to your guns. He did say they've been trying to be more progressive and been trying to be more open, more attacking. And they're doing it in training, but not on the pitch. And he's like, well, I don't know why that is. Me neither, David. But that is surely the essence in football, isn't it? To score goals and win the game. But yeah, the press, go back and listen to it. It was actually quite a good press conference. Usually they're a bit dodgy. A little bit like a non-event. But he actually answered some questions, and there were some good questions. He actually had something to say, and wasn't trying to build smoke and mirrors about a little bit in terms of team selection. But I found it to be a really good press conference. Best one for a while, I think. What we got here? He may become a legend in the future. I'm not classed as legends. I totally agree. Neither are. Both are icons, are cult heroes. That word legend is the upper echelons. That word legend means you get a stand named after you. No disrespect to TC or Di Canio, but you're not going to get the Di Canio corner, Di Canio stand. Trevor Brooklyn, Sir Trevor, Bobby Moore, Billy Bonds. These guys are the foundations that West Ham were born on. I wasn't fortunate enough to see any of them play, but I know all about them. And so, for me, the word legend is always bandied around. We did a whole show about it, I think, after Deck left. And I think several other channels did as well. Arteta's going full strength. Wonder what the lineup will be to beat tonight. Not fussed about Rice is dead to me. I don't think they'll go fully full strength. So they've got Newcastle the weekend, and it's going to be a tough game for them. I think they're going to play. What will be interesting is, for me, from an outsider perspective, see if Aaron Ramsey gets game time today. Obviously, he's been dropped for Raya, and it's a bit weird, all that. He was the main man, now he's been dropped, and I think if he doesn't play tonight, then he'll probably be available for. Would you get him? Would you get him next year? If Fabianski leaves, would you get him in? I don't know. I mean, when I bought him, I thought Ramsey was the worst keeper in the league that year. The season after they bought him, but to be fair, got us into the England squad, didn't he? What's the weather like? Yes. Well, I think at the moment, beautiful sunshine. Not cloud. There's a few clouds. It's going to piss down, so I would definitely go with a winter coat. And when the temperature drops, it does drop. A few more comments, and I've got a skedaddle. We got here. Paqueta needs to play central, with license to roam. I think you'll see that tonight. If we lose this match, is that acceptable? Depends how we lose the match, I think, now, isn't it? You know, people say it is a results-based business, but, you know, the same way we say, you know, people go, oh, West Ham won. Oh, yeah, but it's Moyes' ball. So it's a combination of both now. You've got to look at it by performance and also the result. For me, I think if you have a good game, if the game is good, if we put some chances in, if we're unlucky. But I think if it's like the Everton game, when the Everton game was the first game this season, we haven't scored, which was pretty telling. We didn't look like scoring. So I think it's a combination of both, really. It's a combination of winning. It's a combination of just how the team plays. And the result is the result, isn't it? If we play well, we'll see. All right, two down, hope you're well. I sit in the Kenya corner. Been watching Matchday from 71. Glorious football on the mud bath. To the 17-year-old Johnny Alice. Go up, Johnny. How do you think we should go on by removing JW from midfield and having a midfield of makeup? I personally, Alvarez needs to drop. Alvarez needs to drop into that middle and be a blocker, and then play three in front. I think you need that. Anything else? One more goal, Rick. Rice, one more goal. Is JW's birthday today? It is. I'm not sure we have to put our best side out. It's important to get a B side back. It's winning ways. We'll use them in Europe. You're totally right. I don't think we will actually now. I think we have to go pretty strong now for most of the season, well, until Christmas now at least. With the fact that we haven't, we need to get points now. We need to get wins against the likes of Olympiacos and stuff for the games to guarantee it. Lost tonight, lost the weekend, then it's all hopefully it'll be gone by. We'll wait and see, mate. If we show effort, you can't moan. If we are beaten by a better side, you can't moan at all. You're totally right. Anyway, I'm going to dash. As I said, if you're new you like, comment, give, share, you subscribe. Make sure you watch along with Anton later on. There is a lot of confidence in the chats, and I will see you guys later on. Got a dash. I need a wee. Take care. Much love. Stay humble. Bye.